Hello and welcome back to another Router Gods video. My name's Humphrey and we're going to talk more about becoming a sales engineer. Specifically, maybe one of the most important topics is pay. How exactly does the pay work? Now, I know I covered it in general before, but it deserves its own video because it's very different than how a network engineer is paid. So we'll go to our trusty Word document here. This will just be pretty easy. So as a network engineer, you get paid a base salary. So let's make it easy. Let's just call it 90K, right? 90K. So the crappy thing about being a network engineer is no matter how hard you work, no matter how awesome you do, you're going to get 90K, right? So if you bust your ass and you like just totally overwork, you're doing the work of like 5 people because they've all quit because of stress, you're getting 90K. Now, the 90K might have some type of bonus, right? So you may have like a Christmas bonus. In Asian countries, you have a Chinese New Year bonus, the so-called 13th month of pay. In 1 month, you get paid twice. So it may be a little bit of bonus. It may be something like an MBO attached to it, so a minimum bonus objective. And so you may get 5K more, 10K more upon that. So you might go from 90K to hitting 100K. And that's how it works as a network engineer, right? You get pay, like normal pay. Now, as a sales engineer, as an SE pay, you get base plus variable or commission, right? Some places call commission, some places call variable. It's the same thing, right? So we'll keep the numbers simple, but let's say your base pay is 150K and your variable, let's say, is 50K, which is actually within the realm of possibility. This is not completely out of whack for some companies. So the total, when you combine the 150 plus the 50, that's 200. That is what's called OTE, on target earnings, which means you have a goal. And if you hit that goal of 100%, you get paid all of this bonus. You get paid all of the 50K. So what exactly is a goal and what happens if you go under the goal or what happens when you go over the goal, right? So a goal is they will give you some target for product numbers. So they will say something like, let's just make it easy, $10 million, right? So you and your team have to sell $10 million in the year to hit 100%. So if you sell 10 million bucks, you get all 50K. So what if you sell lower? What if you sell 5 million, right? So if you sell 5 million, that's 50% of 50K. And in most companies, you would get 50% of 50K, which is 25K. So instead of getting 200K, if you sell 5 mil, you would get, at the end of the year, 175K. Still not a bad payday, but it's you probably do want 200K. Okay, so if you sell lower, it's a percentage. If you sold 0 and you had a goal of 10 million, you're going to get none of this 50K. So you'd be only getting 150K, which is still, I mean, you probably shouldn't cry about that. But if you sell 0 for the whole year, you may probably be looking for another job. Depending on your company. Some companies are pretty understanding. If COVID hit, everyone canceled their orders, that's one thing. Okay, now where it gets interesting is if you sell more, if you go over the 10 million. Okay, so if you sell over the 10 million, you get the opportunity to hit accelerators. Now, what are accelerators all about? Well, but let's say you have a really good year. Let's say you sell 20 million. 20 million. So now you've gone over. You're now at what we call 200%. 200%. Okay, so you're at 200%. How much money would you get? Well, let's do this. For your first 10 million, you're going to get 50K, right? So if we hit enter a couple times, right? So your first 10 mil, you're getting 50K. You've hit 100% of your target. For your second 10 mil, it kind of depends on your company, but we'll keep it simple here. So let's say the company has a rule that once you go over 100% of your pay, 100% of the goal, let's say there's a multiplier, accelerator. So most companies call it accelerator, multiplier, whatever you want to call it, multiplier, right? So let's say past 100%, you're getting 1.5x, 1.5 times. Okay, so you've gone over the extra 10 million. Normally would get you an extra 50K. So normally at 1-to-1, that would give you an extra 50K. But because you have a multiplier here, it's actually going to give you 75K. On top of the 50K that you made before, right? So you get 75K plus 50K plus the 150K base. So you can see that once we add up all these numbers, 125, that gives you a grand total of 275K for the year, right? So you've done 200%. This is somewhere where you would get. Now, most companies out there generally don't have, well, I shouldn't say most, but many companies out there don't have this straight multiplier rule. It isn't just after 100%, you get 1.5. They'll have something like it's 1.5 up to 110%, and after 110% or 125%, maybe it goes something crazy like 2.5x, which then becomes super insane crazy, right? So if we take the same idea here, let's erase that. I think you'll agree 275K in a year is not too bad. But let's go with a different multiplier. Let's go with a multiplier of like 2.5x, right? I'm spelling multiplier wrong. Wow. Okay, 2.5x. And now let's go really interesting here. And let's say you sell, let's say 30 million. You hit a big deal. You sold 30 million, and your goal is still 10 million. Right? Now you're at 300% of goal, right? And so you'll always hear salespeople ask each other, "How you doing? How you doing for the year?" And it's generally always in percentages. I'm at 80%. I'm at 130%. Ooh, So generally, if you're hitting goal, it's pretty good. If you're at 150, 200, 300%, people are just kind of doing this to you. So let's say you have a really good year. You're now at 300%. Okay, let's figure this out. So for your first 10 million, your first 10 mil, you're getting 50K, right? Now you have 20 million left, 20 million left. Now, if I'm just going to keep this one simple, let's just say everything past 100% is this multiplier, 2.5. I don't want to be doing too much math. So normally 20 mil would get you 100K more. That's the normal amount. So 50K plus 100K, 150K, that'd be 300K. That would be the normal without the multiplier. But in this case, you've got a multiplier times 2.5. That gives you 250K. Let's add up the totals. Your base is 150K. Your normal commission, 50K. Your multiplier, 250K. So now you're looking at, what is that? 450K a year. So you can see that if you're working for the right company and you're getting a good multiplier, you knock it out of the park. Once you're hitting 200%, 300%, this is pretty life-changing money. Now, will this happen a lot? Well, it depends on what you're selling. Depends on the economy as well. Is the economy just booming? Has it hit COVID? Are people, So it also depends on what patch of customers do you have. So before you enter a sales job, you always should ask, who am I covering? What is the opportunity? And of course, ask several people, because the people that are trying to hire you, they may paint a rosier picture than what is normal, right? So always try to ask multiple people to get an accurate picture. Now, before we finish the video, let me show you a situation I have seen before. Let's say your goal is still 10 million. And you went crazy, right? You sold just an absolute monster of a deal. And you sold 80 million bucks. 80 million bucks. So, okay, if you sell 10 million at 100%, 20 million, 200%, but this is 800%, which is not impossible. I've seen this a couple times, right? Doesn't happen often, maybe once in your lifetime, but it does happen. Okay, let's figure this out. Let's go down here, replace that 80 million. And so between 80 to 10 is 70. So, wow, that's gonna be a lot. We've got to okay. This is going to be funny. This is where Excel comes into play. I probably should be doing this in Excel, but hey, that's all right. So you've got 70 million bucks. Every $10 million gets you 50K. So it's 7 times 50, which normally would be 350K, right? That's the normal. But because you have this multiplier, wow, it's 350K times 2.5. So that's, was it 700 plus 175, I think. So that's 875K. Wow. So this is your base. You always get that. That's your first 100%. And now you're adding 875K equals 1075, 1,075,000. M at the end. It's $1 million bucks. So, would you rather work as a network engineer, getting your wonderful, let's say 100K a year, working your ass off, working through Christmas, working through the weekends? Or would you rather have a shot at $1 million bucks? I think you'll agree there's one correct answer here, right? Now, whether you want to be that sales guy to go out and meet customers and be more personable and go through the challenges of being a sales engineer, that is up to you. But as far as pay is concerned, there is one answer here. All right, so that was my deep dive into pay. I hope that explains a lot of things to you. You got a base, you got a variable, you work hard, you get that variable up. That's pretty good. All right, I hope you're doing well and safe wherever you are. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.